into the fire of Earth attraction, beyond the limits of the world, where man and machine and spirit unite. Born by the power of lightning, into the 21st century. It is the end of the beginning. It is the time of Superforce.
Okay, one last time. This is where we're going in. It's where they're doing the experiments. Now, you all know your assignments. You stay centered, you follow the plan. And remember, no one gets hurt. Unless it's absolutely necessary. We're about to strike a blow for the planet.
What's up?
Someone has breached our perimeter.
Get out of our way. We don't want to hurt you. We're doing this for the planet.
Do you have a letter signed by the planet? I can't believe it's you.
Zach.
Hello, Bridget.
How are you?
I'm good.
What's it been? 3 years?
No, more like 5.
So, you're a cop now. How did that happen? Such a waste of talent.
So you're a criminal now. How'd that happen? How'd you make the transition from astronaut to armed felon? Thought you had more regard for yourself.
I came to realize that the Earth is more important than outer space. Or me, for that matter.
What's that got to do with blowing the doors off a private research facility?
Everything when that facility is making illegal biological weapons.
I happen to know that Hungerford Industries has no involvement with any kind of biological weapons.
I know different.
Tell me what you know.
Hungerford Industries has been receiving chloramphogen for the past 7 months. Chloramphogen is a primary ingredient in any biological weapon.
If you thought Hungerford Industries was involved in any kind of illegal activity, why didn't you take your information to the police?
Well, the police, the government, Hungerford, it's all part of the same military-industrial complex. We were going to videotape our evidence and take it straight to the people.
You wouldn't find any evidence, but I'll check it out. The report says that there were 5 of you. Only 4 were arrested. You wouldn't know where we could find the 5th member of your group, would you?
I hope he got away.
He?
That should narrow it down for you.
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. I would never permit any of my researchers to work on biological weapons of any kind.
Yeah, I didn't think you would.
It's always been my policy.
That's right, Mr. H. This girl sounds like she doesn't have a very good grasp of reality.
FX, she was in astronaut training, one class behind me. I used to help her with her linear algebra.
Well, I've never tried that angle before.
Zach, I pulled the file on Bridget Cross from the Academy's records. You're right up to a point. An A student, top third of her class, but she inexplicably dropped out 6 weeks before graduation.
Why? I talked to the people at Hungerford Industries. They're not going to press charges.
Because they've got something to hide.
No, because I convinced them that you don't belong in jail, and I assured them that you're not going to cause any more trouble.
I wasn't causing trouble. I was trying to prevent trouble.
Bridget, why did you drop out of the academy?
Because space isn't the answer to our problems here on Earth. Right now, there are biological weapons being manufactured for war. And once they're used, there's no going back. It could be the end of all life on the planet, Zach. I can't just sit back and watch that happen.
But once your actions turn to violence, you've crossed over the line.
Zach, we blew up a door. I think Hungerford Industries can find it in their billion-dollar budget to replace a door.
That's not my point. I checked out your story like I said I would, and you're wrong. Come here, I want to show you something. This is a list of all the chemicals received by Hungerford Industries within the last 6 months. I've had experts go over this, and they assure me that nothing in here can be used for biological warfare.
This one here. 200 liters of aminoguanidine from Estonia.
Yeah, so? Even I know that aminoguanidine is nothing more than a common solvent.
They don't make it in Estonia. It's a lie. It's a cover-up. Stop being so naive. They make chlororamphogen in Estonia, Zach. A bioactive mutagen.
She's right. Those shipments from Estonia couldn't have contained aminoguanidine. They're not set up for that kind of sophisticated peptide synthesis.
Is it chloramphogen?
Maybe, maybe not. There's no way of knowing.
EB, how could you let this happen?
I don't know, Zach. I communicate with every other computer system in the world. I have immediate access to everything, everywhere, and yet I seem to have neglected my own home somehow.
Who's getting the shipments?
Section G, Dr. Manley Biggs.
Well, it must be all right then.
Why is that?
Well, Biggs is new here, and his proposed research has buku backing. He's on the verge of a cancer cure.
Then he won't mind telling us what those shipments from Estonia are all about.
Warning, visitors approaching. Warning, visitors approaching.
Yes.
Ah, Dr. Biggs, FX Spinner.
Mr. Spinner, Mr. Hungerford's right-hand man. Well, my assistant, Dr. Megan Gardner.
Hi, Zach Stone. I'm head of security.
Of course you are. So, tell me, when do I get to meet Mr. Hungerford and thank him for allowing me to do my research here?
Oh, his schedule has him boxed in at the moment.
Oh, well, when he has a moment, I would like the opportunity.
I'll extend the invitation.
What's up?
Well, it's a business matter. I was doing a routine audit, and I saw that you had ordered some aminoguanidine from an Estonian lab.
Right.
They don't make that in Estonia.
Of course they do. Who told you that? Megan, the aminoguanidine. Yeah.
It's aminoguanidine, all right. It smells like seagulls.
Yes, it's a small startup lab I found. Only half the normal price. I realize it's unusual for a researcher to be saving his back of money, but what's the problem?
Well, we heard you might be receiving shipments of chloramphogen.
What? That's ridiculous. Chloramphogen's a controlled substance, and besides, it has nothing to do with the research I'm doing here.
And what might that be?
Cancer research. I'm working on auto-update antibodies. How can I put this? That's antibodies in the viral shell that alter their killing ability in the field, so to speak, to destroy cancerous tumors before they're even detectable. I think I'm more like publish.
Of course, I understand. I'm sorry for the intrusion, but we have to investigate these matters.
No harm, no foul. Oh, when do I get a chance to meet with Mr. Hungerford?
Soon. I'll tell him.
Ah.
Thank you.
Those ignorant parasites. It annoys me to breathe the air they've walked in.
Now, Megan. We must learn to control our emotions. Not everyone can be as brilliant as you or I. Besides, they struck me as being adequately intelligent. We may wish to recruit one. Or both. Or perhaps none at all.
Good. I live for the day I can watch them all die. Just like this one.
Well, won't be long now, will it?
What do you think it is, Quince?
I think he's dead. Didn't you notice the stink?
That's a sure sign. All the dead ones in the morgue smell like that.
Oh, excuse me, you haven't met. Zach, this is Apprentice Coroner Biddle. He's going to be working with me, learning the trade.
Great. Quincy will be able to show you how to turn an ordinary autopsy into a real laugh riot.
Hey, a coroner's got to have a sense of humor. All my clients have lost theirs.
Quincy, I want you to handle this personally, okay? Look for anything to do with biological weapons or signs of chloramphogen. It's very important.
It's always a matter of life and death. But in my experience, it only goes in one direction. I'll let you know.
Thanks.
Is Cliff turned up yet?
No, they must have him. He's gotta be in that lab.
Yeah, if he's not already dead.
We gotta go back in there.
What about that friend of yours, Zach Stone? You think he can help us?
No.
Well, he got us out of jail.
I've known him for a long time, but I just don't trust his badge. He'd want to help, but he wouldn't break any laws. And to prove our point, Ray, we've got to break the laws in half.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We're gonna have to finish what we started. When?
3-day weekend starts tomorrow. Nobody will be around.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that worries me is Superforce. What are we gonna do if he shows up again?
Well, we'll just bring the heavy artillery and knock him on his big black butt.
Maybe we've been barking up the wrong tree. Here's the coroner's report on that guy that the jogger found. Bridget's friend.
No evidence of any known biological agent. No chloramphogen-induced cell mutation.
So Dr. Biggs is exonerated. I'm so relieved.
Wait a minute. Listen to what they found, Mr. H. Cellular disruption due to foreign genetic insertion. Plasmid markers of unidentified origin.
It would seem our victim died as the result of a virus that theoretically should not exist.
Why not?
Because it has no way to survive or spread itself.
What are you driving at?
A virus needs a host body to live. If the host dies, so does the virus. If this happens too quickly, the virus doesn't get a chance to reproduce itself or to be transmitted to another host.
The viral strain would become extinct in no time.
Yeah, it's almost as if what killed this guy was created inside his own body.
Created inside his own body? By what?
Oh no. Pigs work with auto-updating antibodies. Any cell that can reprogram its structure in the body could
make itself into a virus.
Or turn a harmless virus into one that's lethal.
EB, this could be what Biggs is really doing down in that lab.
Under my own nose? I can't believe it. It's completely against his nature. Every study he's ever undertaken.
Look deeper, EB. Let's do a complete check on this guy's background.
But I have, Zach.
Not the usual stuff. Look between the lines. Check out all unusual sources. I'm sorry about your friend.
Cliff knew the risks.
Risks? He couldn't have expected to get killed.
There are no victims in my organization. There's only volunteers.
Look, Bridget, drop the paramilitary garbage for a second, all right? Just listen to me. You may be on the right track with your suspicions. As a researcher at Hungerford Industries, it might not be on the level. I've uncovered some new evidence.
What evidence?
Well, it's not conclusive. It's enough to make me go after more. But you gotta promise me, you're gonna let me handle this. I got you out of jail once. I can't do it a second time.
I knew I could count on you, Zach. Thank you.
Bridget! You promised me you're gonna stay out of trouble.
I can't promise you that. I can't promise anyone that.
You've caused us a lot of trouble.
Out of stupidity.
Now you're going to pay.
I'm glad you're finally waking up. I wouldn't want you to be unconscious for this.
You're being exposed to the fruits of our labor. No, it's not a biological weapon for the government.
No, it's a biological weapon for us.
It's not like any other biological agent. Almost a new life form. A virus which creates itself inside the body.
You probably couldn't even imagine anything like it. She's so predictably primitive. Do you really think that physical aggression can triumph over genius-level intellect? You are your own punishment.
But don't worry. Your death will not be in vain. Your body will be the milestone over which we pave a new road. Call it a highway to tomorrow, where intellect reigns supreme and stupidity is extinct.